hello. What's that? I say hello. Switch your ring. Hey, Turk, it's your birthday.
Welcome back to Reedie Zee, Week 3 recap. Washington Commanders versus the Philadelphia Eagles. What a outing! Crazy.
Abysmal. That's the word for today. Abysmal.
Abysmal. You already know. Yeah, go ahead and talk about your man Wentz, his stats, and then we'll get into the offense.
I mean, it's not really too many stats to really talk about. 25 for 43, 211 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Two fumbles, one loss, one he recovered back. He has to be a little quicker. But the play calling didn't give him any help. Keep calling, 5-step to 7-step drop for a quarterback. These deep,
Agreed.
Passes that's going to take forever downfield when you got an aggressive defensive line. You need to get the ball out quick, screens and draw plays and stuff like that to, use that speed rush against them. But we
Correct.
I guess I know more about football than NFL coaches, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel you. I was a little upset, definitely during the game, especially on the rewatch. Like you said, I would like to see a lot of more like 3 steps, throw some slants, some quick throws. It seemed like, we had a little bit more motion when we was doing some quick throws. They got, they opened up with a reverse to Samuel. He actually took that for a first down. Then the next play was a tip pass. The third down was the third down was a 6-yard throw. No. First drive was the first play was the reverse, got the first down. Next play was a tip pass. Next play 6-yard throw, then a sack. Then we had to come out and punt. Following that on the second drive, we did a play action on first down. It was a sack. The next play was a sack. Then a false start that evolved into the 3rd and 26. Then we ran a draw, and then of course we punted. Even a drive after that, there was a run by AG on first down. Then it was another run by McKissick. Third down was a sack. Fourth down, of course, we punted. So it wasn't really a lot of flow. I feel like, on the downs that we did run the ball, we may run the ball, one play, get about 5 or 6 yards. The next thing you know, we throwing the ball the next 3 plays. And like we said, they was only rushing 4 pretty much predominantly through the whole game. They didn't really have to blitz. Our line was so, like, I don't even know what the word is, but they just was playing trash. Yeah, I was trying to
absolutely garbage.
Yeah, I was trying to use a different word, but yeah, trash.
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell them what it is.
Nah, for real. And then it was a total of 9 sacks, and I would attribute about 3 or 4 of those to the O-line, and the rest was on Wentz. Like, he has to let the ball go, throwing high. Inaccurate. It was a bad outing. Offensively, the offense didn't even contribute much. We had a big donut for the whole first half, just like last week, and they didn't get a defense no help. And the defense actually, after really evaluating, the defense actually held up a lot. I feel like they got tired.
42-0.
Yeah, 42, 50 points easily if they didn't do what they did, like stopping them on drives. They went for it on fourth down early. They stopped them. But, the big plays continue to happen. And like I told you before the game, I was scared. Philly showed up. 60%, I would say 60% fans was Philly. And I'm talking about it was plays where they was getting loud. And you was thinking it's our fans and it's them. So it's just like, man, wow. It was terrible to see, man.
Terrible. It was a nightmare. I felt like I was in a Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger or something. The whole game, it just was like every time you think you got a little bit of momentum, 1 or 2 play completions, then a negative. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, stuff that like took us out of even that drive when this was later in the game, and probably like the third quarter when we were driving, we were down there. I think it was third quarter. We were down there. We were technically in the goal line, and they get the ball to Gibson. He runs back 15 yards and takes a loss. It's 3rd and 22. Crazy. Or 2nd and 22, whatever. I can't remember the down and distance, but yeah,
it was about 16 because the next play is when Wentz ran and got all the way down to the 1.
Yeah,
and then we did the shovel. Yeah, and then we did the shovel pass, and that ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
So.
But anytime you got 9 sacks on the day, that's terrible. Like, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna critique Wentz. We're gonna say he gotta be a little bit quicker. But under further investigation, wasn't nobody open. I'm glad he didn't throw the ball. I'm glad he didn't force it in the windows. When he was trying to move and get out of there, they was covered. Terry McLaurin, you get paid $23 million. You wanted this new contract, you held out. You're garbage. You're trash. You might be the best player on our team, but you got to play better. You got to get open. You making Slay look like he Revis or somebody back in his heyday when he was, locking
Slay Allen. Slay Allen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Dahan, the thing about you was, we give you too much credit. You drop a clutch pass on 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was easy first down.
Easy money.
Wide open.
Come on, bro. Come on. Now, Antonio Gibson, I really can't say too much about you because on the rewatch, you actually red pretty daggone good.
Yeah.
You actually did a little. You don't. Ever since Brian Robinson got hurt, you started to get your shit together, and I like it.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
Carson got to be better. He knows it. But that old line, Cosme, you're not the guy we thought you were. You were getting your ass smoked. Leno, he held up pretty good on the ones that we did say was Carson's fault. Carson's trying to get out of there, and then the man just knocked him in. But he was pancaking his man on the rewatch. Live, I thought he was getting burnt, and at first, I thought he was. But when you really look at the plays, it's like nothing he could really do. He punishes man.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to say also he caused us 2 key false starts though, and I felt like he had to do better with that. But again, it could attribute Terry McLaurin talked about them mixing up the snap count because it was so loud.
They had to mix up the snap count because it was a Philly home game.
Yeah.
I thought they was on the road. We dressed like we on the road. We keep wearing these white jerseys like we on the road.
Real.
I guess Philly should have came in there and took over our stadium.
Yeah, definitely.
But then everybody wants to get mad at fans and talk about, y'all don't support, y'all don't this. You blame them? I'm thinking about selling my tickets to get a profit, wasting money, wasting all this money to go tailgating out there to support a team that's abysmal. That's the word for the day, abysmal or abysmal, however you pronunciate it.
Correct.
It's ridiculous. It's getting to the point right now. Like, you think that they were going to run all over us, but it was the total opposite. They passed on. Kendall Fuller, you're garbage. All in the offseason, they was talking about Kendall Fuller was the man. He this, he that. You was one of them people. You definitely was one of them people. Went to the training camp. Oh, yeah, he locked down. He gets
That's my man.
All 3 weeks.
He got smoked. Yeah,
Wayne Johnson the third. I'm glad you was on the bench this week. I'm glad you was, because St. Jude, he had his moments, but at least he tried. You really could tell he was trying, and you can see the growth in St. Jude's.
He definitely fought.
You getting paid all that money, and you getting your ass cooked.
Yeah.
Who else? Yeah. Bobby McCain, out of position, taking piss poor fucking angles. Can't do nothing right. Cole Holcomb. Oh my God! Don't get me started on Cole Holcomb, the whiff master. Keep trying to arm tackle people and body tackle people. Just standing there. Devontae Smith made you look stupid on one play.
Even 11. Even 11. He stopped and he got stuck. I don't know if he was scared to hit him. Like 11 don't even have no moves and he not that fast.
Yeah. Cam Curl. You came back. Okay. But you got to make that tackle on Dallas Goedert.
Yeah,
that first touchdown.
Yeah.
I don't know what you was doing. You got to make that tackle. And of course, right after you seen him miss a tackle, we see Bobby McCain doing absolutely nothing, but he does best.
Facts.
You may have a play here or there, but overall, you're trash.
Yeah.
The play calling was absolute garbage. The defensive play calling was a little bit better. I seen a lot of pressures and stuff like that. So we were sending people and stuff like that. Sweat, you're trash. You got to do better. Yeah, like you got to do better. They threw a screen right under you. You whipped your arm at it. Why you can't knock that down? The only one I say on the defense that's consistently making plays is the one I give the most is the one I get the most hard time to, and that's Payne.
Payne
been balling every single game, and Allen Hill there. Jamin Davis, welcome to the NFL. You finally woke up. You played a damn good game this week, and it's on film. I can see it. If ain't nobody else tell you, you played good, bro. You actually played good. You was in position. You looked better. You was filling gaps. You was coming up. You know that one play when Wentz tried to get out of it, it looked like he was going to run, and then he ended up sliding. That was because of Jamin Davis was coming full speed at him. You could see that speed on that play. I need you to play like that the rest of the year. David Mayo, you made a couple plays on special teams, but you're garbage. You gotta be on the sideline, bro. I'm over it. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I came down a lot, but I'm really pissed. And I'm really disappointed because who would have thought that the offense wouldn't have scored? They would have scored 2 points. That's really realistically what we scored. And Terry had 100 yards, but that was in garbage time.
Garbage time. Yeah. Don't forget about Wild Goose. Who the fuck is that?
Who?
Exactly.
Who was the guy? 37?
37. Trash.
Yeah, somebody that they signed in the middle of the night when nobody paid attention. Fuck.
First play, he walked on the field. Both of us like, who the fuck is that? Like,
and
I
so
don't understand.
You mean to tell me Danny Johnson isn't better?
Correct.
He been here for how many years? And when people always hurt, he comes in and does a serviceable job.
Facts.
So you mean to tell me that this guy was better than him?
Yeah. And they took Force off the field to play Wild Goose all fucking game. Like, the whole idea was if we down on the nickel, McCain's supposed to slide down. We can easily throw Reeves or Force in the free and leave Cam at the strong. For some reason,
Wild Goose too fancy, Z.
Not even fancy. It's just like, what strategy do you have? And like we talked about earlier, like how do you move Wild Goose up when you got veterans out there on the market? Why are you signing these 1 to 2 year projects? You got veterans on the market. This D tackle thing, like, I still don't wonder. I always said I wasn't a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Sue over Joseph, but the guys that you bring in are trash. Like, we don't have, like Santana Moss said on the recap, this is your 3rd year. You don't have time to be still bringing in project guys. Like, if your starters ain't working out, go get a veteran. We don't have time to work with these other guys. This is year 3. Unless you got a sneaky 10-year contract that we don't know about. Like, I'm sick of it. You was on that Panthers, bringing in all these Panther dudes. Now you bring in all these young dudes. I'm at the point where I feel like Ron don't want to bring in nobody who you feel that's going to challenge him. Brian Mitchell said the same thing. You got to get some veteran guys in here, and because they're going to play a lot smarter. They know football. These dudes are 1 or 2 years in and playing like some pure shit. It just don't make sense. And then even on the press conference today, Ron said something about Scott Turner is still trying to figure out his offense, and he's been, the offense was designed and been waiting on Brian Robinson to get back. Fuck that. Brian Robinson ain't out there. So you need to scheme to what you got and play better.
So you telling me right here today in 2022 that you waiting for a rookie that you don't know what he's going to do in the game. All we got is college tape and what he did at some practices, some
preseason.
You're not even practicing for real and really tackling him. So we're basing our whole offense around him.
Yeah.
When you had a 1,000-yard rusher, you had an outstanding third down back that can rush the ball.
Who's barely getting the ball.
That's why we're not running the ball.
And he's not even getting the ball.
No, what happens is, and I seen this on film. We talk about Scott Turner, but he was running the ball. That running game, AG, he keep going sideways sometimes instead of running straight up the middle. That's where they fucked up at. They should have kept running up the middle because we had success on that. But then when they started running them stretch plays, that's when they started getting us. All them stretch plays. Yeah. And then your down and distance is messed up. You in 2nd and long, 3rd and long and shit like that. You have no choice but to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. So I think some of the stuff that they were doing was dictating what we did. But no way we should have been throwing all of these long passes and stuff like that. Okay, Carson Wentz, he could throw the ball down the field. We haven't had that in years. Somebody that can push the ball down the field. Okay, but we got to play that check down role sometimes too, and underneath and hit some of that underneath stuff because there was some people underneath open, stuff like that. Let the playmakers make plays. Just get the ball out of your hand, like and you see that the offensive line is obviously struggling. So I ain't see no screens, none of that.
No slants,
no slant routes, no outs, no flares, no nothing. Nothing quick, no flat routes, nothing.
Correct.
No hitches, nothing.
Yeah. Boom. So
it's starting to be like we can't be in sync with each other. We can't play complementary football.
Correct.
The offense can't complement the defense, or the defense can't complement the offense.
Correct.
Like both of you have to play serviceable. You know, the defense in the first half, up until the end, almost the end of the second quarter, it was stopping them. Even going into the third and fourth quarter, we still was stomping them.
They ain't stopped. They ain't score in the second half. They didn't score in the second half at all. So, you know what I mean? The offense gave them a lot of short yards in the first half, make it easy for them to score. They made
talk
about
clock management.
Oh my God!
In
3 years, he still ain't got it right.
And at this point, you down 24, and it's 10 minutes on the clock. We're driving. We got kind of momentum, and you still taking your time. Like, do you realize that it's a 3-possession game at this point?
Keep huddling up and shit. Yeah.
No, it's a 4-possession game in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you think that you're going to ever come back and catch up if you just taking your time? Even when we was down in previous games, I noticed that. I never really mentioned it, but it's starting to become a habit. Fourth down, anytime it's time to go for it on fourth down, or managing the clock, Ron is like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. You know, last week we had the going for 2 thing in the wrong time. Now this week you just don't have no urgency, no sense of urgency. Are you trying to win the game? What are y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to put stuff on film? Y'all think we're gonna get it together? Ron talking about today. There's 14 games left. Well, I think I'm optimistic. You think? You think?
Yeah,
you need to be optimistic about firing Jack Del Rio. You need to be optimistic of thinking about firing Scott Turner, because I was off him a little bit, but now I'm back on him. Now this one game, so I'm gonna let it ride a little bit. But they do it again. That's it. It's no way. You got the talent. You got a quarterback. I don't care what nobody say. Carson Wentz is the best thing we had in I don't know how long. We got a quarterback that can make every throw on that field, and we have a running game, and we have a pretty decent offensive line. We was ranked like 6th in the league until this previous week.
Yeah.
6th or 7th, I think I seen that they came out with the top offensive lines. And then you go out there and you do that to Philadelphia. Like you Fletcher Cox and Graham, old heads, you making them look sweet. We ain't even talking about Sweat and all the other people that they got. We talking about the old heads, the older statesmen out there balling, making plays.
Even a rookie.
Making them look like they some, I don't know.
Yeah. It was bad to see, bro. Hopefully optimistic about a new linebacker, a new D lineman, some new secondary.
Well, I ain't optimistic because 11's going to fucking fuck the party up this week. That's all they really got. Lawrence ain't doing nothing. And I'm speaking about the Dallas Cowboys for y'all that don't know.
Michael Parsons.
Lawrence ain't did nothing. The only one, Michael Parsons, is the only one over there wrecking shop.
Yeah.
The only one, really. That's why they defense look. Diggs ain't really been locking nothing down. Lawrence ain't really been doing nothing. Michael Parsons is the one. And then you got Mr. Technique, Vander Esch, and he just gonna be right there to make the play. Like, why we can't get a linebacker like that? We ain't got no superstars, but somebody all technique that's gonna come up and make a tackle.
Yeah,
like
that's
Mike
true.
Martinez, did he sign?
No.
You don't think you want to go try to get him? Like, he ain't no problem. So you want to say that Sue's gonna bring a problem, or Linville Joseph might want too much money? Martinez is right there, very good linebacker. Now I'm not gonna say he's great, but he's very good.
Yeah, that's true, man. And I and back to Fuller. He had 11 passes targeted at him. 9 were caught for over 150 yards. I've never seen nothing like that. Targeted 11 times and 9 caught. Like, you played horrible, and like you said, I always vouch for him. But I really feel like his true position is in nickel. And I don't know. He's not an outside corner, and they got to figure something out because even with William Jackson, we boot. And if y'all don't know what boot means, it means booty, trash, garbage, boot. I don't know. Yeah.
If I'm Daniel Snyder, I'm blowing this up in the offseason. Ron, you will out your welcome. You might be a motivator, but the game may have passed you by. You too old school. You got to get with the new times. This is a passing league. This is a dynamic offensive league. Like some of the stuff that you're doing, bruh, it don't work no more. It don't work no more. Jack Del Rio, you too prideful. I mean, y'all got it together a little bit, so I'm gonna leave you alone a little bit. But you definitely got to do better with the talent you got. Come on, bro. It's no excuse.
Yeah, and they say Sean Payton.
Yeah.
They say he looking to make a comeback. Whoever get him gonna have to compensate the Saints, but shit, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. He revived Drew Brees' career. He might could do the same thing for Wentz or put Howe on point.
Drew Brees' career never was on decline. They just had Phillip Rivers and they wanted to get rid of him. That's what it was.
But in the beginning, I think he was coming off injury or something. When he got to the Saints, he wasn't the Drew Brees that he turned out to be, and he helped get his career right.
Drew Brees been that since Purdue. I don't know. You don't watch college, but he been that since Purdue.
Okay.
In my opinion. I mean, in the Chargers, when he's with the Chargers, it was some turmoil, but it wasn't all like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's missing, bro. I don't even really want to keep talking about it. It's 2 weeks in a row.
Correct.
I can't take 3 weeks of this. I mean, I don't even really want to face the Dallas Cowboys because that's just a whole nother can of worms to be opened up.
Yeah, I mean, like I always said, the key and the one thing with Dallas is that, I mean, they don't have Dak. I mean, Cooper Rush is definitely, like you say, serviceable. He's managing, but I mean, having Dak and him being mobile and moving around just gives an extra threat. So I think that'll be a plus. But I mean, we just got to report that Dak might be back next week. Jerry said it a couple of weeks ago. Dak might be back against us, and we knowing how Jerry roll, he trying to sell tickets. He trying to win in all aspects. So he's gonna throw his man back out there if he have to. He's gonna overrule the coach if he have to. So we'll see on that. But I mean, one thing with Cooper Rush, the running game isn't as dynamic. You know what I mean? So you can stack a little bit more in the box. I mean, Zeke hasn't really done much. I mean, and even they was just talking about on last week about their receivers. CeeDee Lamb ain't the star that they think he is. Like, he's good, but he's not no number one receiver for real. So, you know what I mean? They traded Coop and they hoping for waiting on Gallup to get back. So, I mean, it just depends how we show up. And I think we can beat them. We just got to show up and we got to fix some of these errors. If not, it's going to be the same shit.
Well, it looks like it's 6-3 going into with 38 seconds left in the second. So Cowboys up 6-3.
Yeah. So we'll see. Any extra keys to the game you think for victory? What you think overall we need to do?
Offense wake up. Defense wake up. Yeah. That's the key. Defense play how y'all played this past week, as I aforementioned before. And offense, do what you did the first 2 weeks of the season, and we'll be fine. Mm-hmm. We can't have no we offensively, like, we cannot have no low. Like, normally the offense is trash. The defense is an okay team, but if the defense is giving us stops, we got to score points.
Correct.
Like, they did their job. Like, I'm real critical on the defense, but they did their job. They got off the field several times.
Yeah. They
gave us favorable field position, and we did nothing with it. Threes and out.
Yeah. What they say on last night on the recap, our offense was the worst defense Yeah, like our offense killed us.
Diggs just got hurt.
Oh yeah.
Might be another favorable matchup. He's down.
Yeah. But yeah, our offense killed us, man. So I don't know. We can't let it happen.
Yeah.
That's
all I got, bro.
Me too, man. Me too. I ain't trying to, like you said, I ain't trying to keep talking about the stresses. Just got to play better overall, be better coached, a better plan, just better energy, better play from all aspects. We have to play better than we did yesterday and the week before, because if you don't, I mean, what's worse than what we played? I mean, like you said, only 2 points. Really, the garbage touchdown don't count.
Yeah.
So that's it for the recap. And then the Cowboys Commanders preview. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, check in with us, tap in, jump in the comments, and give us your thoughts. Until next time.
Hey, Turk, it's your birthday.